Okay, so this is the Meizu M2. This is the box. What I got from the shipper in China was the box containing the phone, a screen protector, and some extra adapters, which I'm never going to use. So let's remove those out of the way straight away and get on to the actual box. Now I've already unwrapped it, so it's not a proper unboxing. But the packaging is very sturdy. It's very well made. And inside you'll see you've got the phone, you've got a USB mains adapter, and you've got a tool for popping out the little drawer that houses the SIM and the SD, memory cards. It's quite hard to get them out, but like I said, this is never going to be used because I've already got adapters around the house that I'll need to use for USB. But that's the USB mains adapter. The tool is that little funny little pointy thing, and then in here behind the phone you have a little warranty card or something that's entirely in Chinese, and then the USB cable, which is very hard to get out as well. And there you have the phone. So that's just to emphasize what you actually get in the box. Everything's taken out apart from the little drawer tool to get the SIM drawer out. Now we have a size comparison where I put a number of reasonably modern smartphones up against each other just so you can see the difference in size. First we've got the one we're reviewing, the Meizu M2. We put that in the center. Next to it we're going to put the iPhone 4, which is quite an old phone now, but it'll give you an idea of how things have increased in size if you didn't already know. And then the Galaxy, no, not the Galaxy, the Nexus 5 actually, the Google Nexus 5 is next to that. So you see the M2 is very comparable in size to the Nexus 5, and then finally the Galaxy Alpha, Samsung Galaxy Alpha. So it's very comparable in size to most of the modern mid-range smartphones, which is the market that it's competing in. Okay, so now we're at the stage where we can have a look at a little bit more in depth at the phone itself. As I've already said, it's a medium range, mid-range phone. It's aimed really at teenagers, I guess, and because of that, you can have different phones' colors. This is the most basic, sort of boring color of it is a silver finish, but you can get ones that are blue, pink, and white. So quite bright colors. The phone itself, it's not, the build quality is very good, but don't expect something of like iPhone quality because it's simply not in that price point. And what you get on the screen is a 5-inch 1280 by 720 resolution screen, and it does sound plasticky, but the screen is a Dragon Trail protective glass, but I've never heard of Dragon Trail protective glass, but I guess it's one up from plastic. And now, right, let's have a look around the all aspects of the outside. So we've got a button here, a nice proper home button. It's clickable. It's physical, as opposed to the current stream of mid-range phones that all have soft buttons. But this is a genuine button. It has two purposes actually, which I'll tell you about later on when we get into the phone. On the front, you've got the selfie camera, as we've come to call it nowadays, and the selfie camera is, I think that's about a 5 megapixel camera. Yeah. And the earpiece for the telephone functionality. On the side, we've got an on-off button and a volume plus and minus volume toggle. On the top, we've got a headphone jack, as you'd expect. The side, we have the little tray that houses the SIM and the SD card. It's a dual SIM phone. So you can have 2 SIMs, or you can have 1 SIM and an SD card. And the little hole is for that tool that I showed you earlier on. You put the little tool in, you press it down, and the drawer pops out. And on the bottom, we've got a speaker for if you're playing music, USB for charging and data transfer, and the microphone. On the back, like I said, silver colour on this particular one, designed and made by Meizu in China. We've got a Gorilla Glass 13 mega. The Gorilla Glass lens is a 13 megapixel camera on the back, which is it's pretty good quality, and the flash obviously. So that's the external bits of the phone. Let's do some powering up. It's just a case of holding down the on-off button, and what we should see, it spring into life if I've held it down long enough. There you go. So what you're actually seeing there is, it says Meizu. Let's just see if I can tilt the camera around a little bit more. Now, you'll notice it says Flyme there. Flyme is an operating system that all Meizu phones have. Now, it does bear considerable resemblance to Android, and it's heavily based on Android. And if you wait until it boots up, I'll take you through and show you. If you go to the settings, for instance, here, and if you scroll to the informational bit down here, you'll see that, I think it's probably a bit too blurry, it does say in there Android 5.1, Flyme OS 4.532A, but Android 5.1. So it's heavily based on Android, so you'll expect much of the same features. Now, this is definitely aimed for the Chinese market. It comes with a load of apps all pre-installed, but the problem is that most of them are all in Chinese, and there's no English option. For instance, there's a set of tools called Tools, funnily enough, and one of them's a weather app. If you see the weather app there, it's all in Chinese. There's not very good, is it? There's no English translation whatsoever. So not a big deal, however, because as you can see, it has the Google Play store, so you can download all your favorite apps anyway. It also has one of its own stores called App Center, but again, that's all in Chinese, so not much there unless you really want to learn Chinese. You know, I've just downloaded some extra apps like the BBC News app to show you that, Yahoo Weather to show you that. So apart from that, it's very, very similar to a standard Android phone. If you take off, or if you don't use any of the inbuilt Flyme OS apps that are pre-installed, you'll have a pretty good experience. Battery life seems to be pretty good. You've got your one thing that I found a bit strange is now we've got HSDPA plus signal here. I've just got a pay-as-you-go SIM to test this out with it, and it's EE. I've never used that carrier before, but it's an HSDPA plus signal. But the way that it that you set it all up is it tells you, because of the 2 cards, you'd say one card, and you can even name the card. But the network mode, there's 4G first, 3G first, 2G only. So presumably what will happen is if you choose 4G first, it'll try and get a 4G signal first before downgrading to any of the other signals it can get. But I didn't find that if I put it onto 4G, I got a really good 4G signal. It's got 4G there, but the signal is much, much worse than I would normally expect. So you might have some issues with that. I have it on 3G. It goes to 3G initially, and then it changed to HSDPA plus, which is normally quite fine for me. But if you want a true 4G signal, it may be the EE carrier. I've never used them before. it's on 4G now. Let's see if we can go and get something. Let's see if we can refresh this. Yeah, it does seem to work. So it does work on 4G. It works on 3G as well, and obviously on Wi-Fi. So all in all, a very nice little phone. And I'd recommend it. In fact, I'm probably going to keep this and use it in preference to my Nexus 5 for a while. So hope you've enjoyed the little review. If you have and you think it's been okay, put us a comment on or subscribe to the YouTube channel, or even just say a like. If you haven't liked it, well then put a comment on anyway, and I'll see what I can do to make it a slightly more improved version. Thank you very much for now. Goodbye.